Interstate 166 in between Santa Maria and Bakersfield.
It's the JR Show from Studio 99 at the American General Media Complex. On air at News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN. Online at kernradio.com. Now, here is your host, JR.
Top of the day to you. This is the JR Show. I'm your host, JR Flores. You're listening to Kern Radio. Check us out online at kernradio.com. You can also watch us streaming live now on YouTube. Just head on over to YouTube, whether on your smart device or even at home. You can pull it up and put it on the TV. Open up YouTube, just search Kern Radio, and there we are live for you in color. Plus, you can go back and watch past episodes. We're also on all kinds of social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, X. Just look up Kern Radio. I am also out there, JR Flores, or why not JR. Got a lot of different topics to talk about today. No big stories going on, but we'll try to cover all of the little things for you that we can. The president's tariffs have gone into effect. We'll tell you what that may mean for prices everywhere. If you're worried, it looks like he is live on the TV behind Christopher, honoring 100 Purple Heart recipients. We won't take that. That's just, it's great that he's doing that, but there's nothing like yesterday when he was talking to Tim Cook. So we'll talk about that. Also, he is set to meet with Russia President Vladimir Putin. No details on when and where that will happen or take place, but we'll tell you what that might mean as new sanctions possibly go into effect on Friday. Well, Russia is skirting the line there when it comes to NATO, Article 5, and flying into some of those airspaces with his drones. We'll tell you about the latest one of that. What else is going on? Parents are trying to sue Roblox. I'll give you my thoughts when we get there. What else? California redistricting is always on the topics because, well, we'll see if it's actually going to happen. We'll talk about Governor Newsom on his podcast says he supports independent redistricting. We'll go down a little bit of history. We had a caller say something about Kathy Abernathy supporting redistricting at certain points and not supporting it at certain points. We'll tell you when the governor, somebody a little bit more powerful than Kathy Abernathy, has also flip-flopped on the idea. Plus, not to be left out of only in California news. AB 495, just as you heard in the top of the hour news there. A new assembly bill going through and being heard, I believe, today by the Senate committee. Will tell you what AB 495 is, what it says, and whether you should be worried. We will begin, however, with the story that continues to develop here locally, a story that I struggle with talking about every single day, whether or not I want to continue covering it, but then I cannot ignore the story as more and more information comes out. We are talking about the young 8-year-old Genesis Mata, who was abused by her father allegedly and her stepmother allegedly over the weekend at a local hotel, La Quinta Inn, over off of Buck Owens. Hopefully none of you have ever stayed in that hotel. There's probably, because I've told you this weekend, if I know it, and just a poor little boy from the south side of Bakersfield knows it, I don't understand how the BPD, the current sheriffs, the district attorney's office, or anybody else in this town doesn't know it. That hotel is full of prostitution and drugs, as well are many here in Bakersfield and Kern County. There's only maybe a handful, maybe a couple more hotels that I would actually recommend family to stay in when they're in town. The La Quinta Inn on Buck Owens or Riverside is not one of them. But more information that we have learned, Mr. Mata does have an open case with CPS investigating. We told you that yesterday. That involves an 11-year-old boy who had missed school regularly, and when he did show up, was showing up with bruises. So I don't know what we need to do, because this isn't, unfortunately, the first case of CPS failing kids, just completely failing kids. And so it begs to question what's going on at CPS. How does a case like the father of Genesis Mata is a known admitted gang member of the East Side Bakers, has it tattooed on the side of his face, is just about to be sentenced for a previous weapons case. And I've learned when reading about that case that at that time, which was 3 years ago, he was living in a hotel then. I believe I also read that they were staying at this La Quinta for the past couple of weeks for free by the manager. How does somebody that can't even provide a roof, a place to stay, a stable environment, how does that person get custody of a child? How is that child, especially since there's a case open already? And family claims they've been reporting it to CPS for years. And I don't want to get mad at the family, but I also have to say, what were you waiting for? If CPS isn't stepping up and you know that this child is being abused, why aren't you stepping in at that point? I would have stepped right in, taken that child away from him. I don't care if it was my brother, my cousin, my uncle, Who? If I knew that child was being beaten and I went in between and I took that child out of there, who's is he gonna challenge that? Call the cops. I dare you to. Did anybody step in? And then we find out they have 7 kids with them? 7 others? We need an investigation into CPS in this town. Department of Human Services, whoever is in charge of it, we need a complete investigation of the department. Because again, it's not the first time they have failed innocent children that are unable to defend themselves. I read more today what happened to this little girl, and I'm not even going to repeat it anymore on the radio. Every time I read a new allegation of what took place over the 2 days with this little girl, it just breaks my heart. And so as much as I don't want to continue to talk about it because of just the heartache and the thoughts that it brings, I can't ignore it because something has to change. Something needs to be done. Where there are obvious, very, very obvious signs of abuse, this cannot happen. Genesis deserves answers, but we as a community deserve answers to how something like this could happen. Who ultimately needs to be held accountable for things like this? Yeah, Mr. Mata and Mrs. Bustamante are going to pay. Hopefully they'll be in jail for the rest of their lives. I struggle. I'm like, I think they deserve the death penalty. They deserve to be in the darkest, deepest pits of hell. I don't like to wish harm upon anybody, but he better pray his ass is in protective custody while he's doing time. Because as bad as prisoners are and they're evil people, there's 2 people you don't mess with: kids and women. And if you come into any prison system and you've got that on your books, you are a target. And I don't wish or pray that on anybody, but if anybody's deserving of it, it's these 2. So there are a lot of answers, not only from the parents, and the family. They're not the only ones that failed young Genesis and these other 7 children. The agencies that are supposed to exist to protect these types of situations failed on a level that I just cannot understand. We got to take a break. If you guys want to comment, you can. 661-842-5376, 661-842-KERN. Come back on the other side of the break. Parents around the country are trying to sue Roblox. I'll tell you why, and I'll give you my thoughts about that. President set to meet with Russian President Vladimir Putin. No details on when and where, but would let you know what that might mean for the war in Ukraine, as new sanctions are set to take effect this Friday. AB 495 in California. We'll tell you why, as a parent, you may be concerned with this bill. We'll tell you what it entails. Plus, California's job market, we'll tell you how it compares to the rest of the nation. Oh, that great leader, governor of ours that wants to be president. Yeah, we'll see about that. Got to get to a break, come back on the other side. It's the JR Show. It's Kern Radio. We'll be right back.
food yesterday?
Yeah, see, it's always the well, yeah.
She won.
Not even gonna
She's
say.
winning so much.
I'm not gonna comment.
She got a
You
couple
brought
text
in the
messages
two
back
things
from me.
that you need to do to bribe Chris. I'll say that. Started off the show right and ended the show right.
That's
the
dang
way
sure.
you get Chris's vote. He's an easy win, you guys. Very easy.
Slugged it out of the park at the beginning and absolutely at the end as well.
Pizza was delicious, though. Thanks, Slice of Italy. Anything on the text message board, sir?
Yes, got one here.
What do you got?
JR, I've never heard one word about her mother, her real mother. Where is she?
No clue. No clue. I was asking that the first day. Where's mom?
That is the first question I said too.
And how bad of a situation does mom have to be in that she's living with this guy as seriously? Like if dad is this bad, dad is a known gang member, admitted known gang member of the Eastside Bakers, has it tattooed right on his face. He has possession charges for marijuana and selling. He has illegal possession of a ghost gun where he was scratching serial numbers and using different parts. Got popped for that. He's about no idea where real mom is. And what is the situation with that? How much worse can it be that she was living with dad, who has abused not only her and possibly her siblings, but his new girlfriend or wife, Miss Bustamante, beating her kids. The 11-year-old that's also in the report that has scarring on his back from being whipped is 11. We only know the first initial is J, but he has the last name Mata. So I'm just, who are the moms of these kids with him, and where are they, and who is stepping in to take these kids away from this guy? That's the questions that I have. CPS has a lot of explaining. Anything else, sir?
Nope, that is it.
Do we have anything in the chats over there? Nope. In the YouTube.
No, but to answer your question about the Ralph Bailey show,
Today. Oh, I didn't get that far, huh? Yeah, I got sidetracked. Thursday. Today is Romeo Agbalog.
Yes, Agbalog.
Did I say it wrong? Agbalog? Agbalog. Agbalog?
I believe it's Og.
Agbalog.
There you go.
Whatever. He works for Bakersfield College, right?
The college district, yes.
The Kern Community College District. He will be here filling in for the vacationing Ralph Bailey. Tomorrow will be Rick Bentley. So keep listening for that. And also keep listening. I've got tickets to give away. We're going to do some Brunch Fest tickets coming up here in a matter of a moment. So keep listening for that. Brunch Fest happening October 11th at the Kern County Fairgrounds. Tickets go on sale a week from today. No, wait. What's today, Chris? Today's Thursday. I am so wrecked. A week from yesterday, the 13th, tickets go on sale. But we have a pair. Win them before you can buy them. Keep listening for that. Plus, tickets to the Crossroads of the West Gun Show taking place also at the Kern County Fairgrounds next weekend. We have a pair of tickets for that as well. Speaking of the fair, that's about to start up in a couple of weeks, and that's why it's getting hot again. It's going to be 104 today. Yeesh. Stay cool. We'll be right back. It's the JR Show. It's Kern Radio.
With SRN News, I'm Keith Peters in Washington. President Trump says he would meet with Russian President Vladimir Putin, even if the Russian leader won't meet with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. Trump, when asked Thursday by a reporter if Putin would need to meet with Zelensky in order to secure a meeting with the U.S., said no, he doesn't. Russian President Putin said earlier he hoped to meet next week with Trump, possibly in the United Arab Emirates. Police say a man is dead after ambushing and shooting two Pennsylvania state troopers. The shooting took place in a rural area of northeastern Pennsylvania late Thursday morning. Officials say the troopers were hospitalized but are in
Welcome back. It's the JR Show. Sorry, Romeo's here. As I was walking down the hallway, but he's at the door. I couldn't let him in because knew I was on the air. Sorry, I'm trying to tell Chris that it's production. Sorry. It's the JR Show. Welcome back. It's Current Radio you're listening to. Check us out online at currentradio.com. You can also find us streaming live on YouTube. That's right. We're there right now. Just go YouTube, search Current Radio. Subscribe, hit the notification button. We're live every day at 2:05 right here on the JR Show. You can also go back and watch past episodes. So if there's any time where you can't catch the show at 2 o'clock, don't fret. You can just, when you get home, put it on TV and watch the JR Show while you're having dinner, just like that. Past episodes available right there on YouTube. We're also on social media platforms. He's not out there. He was right in front of the door. Just go look up Facebook, Instagram, X, and I am also out there. Just look up JR Flores or why not JR? Yeah, Romeo was just out there.
He pulled a Houdini on me.
He was like he is. I don't know how he's going to do a 3-hour show without answering his phone. My boy is always on his phone. He's like Michael Bowers. They always have something that they have to tend to. So it doesn't surprise me if he got back in his car because he's on his phone. Let me address one of the comments that were in the YouTube chat there. They said CPS is probably going to say that they are understaffed and can't handle everything. To which I say that's probably true. And you're probably right. They are going to say that. Well, we're understaffed and, we can't, all these cases, and we get reports of these things all the time, and we only can handle so many investigations because we only have so many staff members to be able to take on these case loads, to which I say could be, but what turned out to be life and death situation. Involving a child that is unable to protect herself. The words too busy shouldn't be in the CPS's vocabulary. It shouldn't. Especially when you have one that is so obvious about what is going on. So, yes, that might be the response, but it is not, in my opinion, is not a viable excuse. Not when it comes to the life of a child. But that's just my opinion. Do we have anything on that text message board inside of there, sir?
We do not.
All righty. Parents all over the world, if you guys do want to chime in, you can, 661-842-5376. You can also drop a line in the YouTube chat box there, and I'll turn around and read it. You can also send me an email, jr@kernradio.com. But parents around the country are trying to sue Roblox. They have filed at least 8 different lawsuits against the popular world building and gaming app, alleging the platform makes it too easy for predators to contact, groom, and even abduct children. The latest such lawsuit filed this week comes after a 10-year-old in California was found hours from home in May with a 27-year-old man she met on Roblox. I wonder what case that is. Oh, that one's ours, isn't it? That's Mr. Matthew Naval when he took the little 10-year-old out of Taft because he met her on Roblox. Another lawsuit calls Roblox a digital hunting ground for child abusers. That case centers around a 13-year-old Iowa girl who was allegedly kidnapped from her grandmother's house and sexually abused. The suspect, 37-year-old, had claimed to be a teenager when speaking with the victim, according to the family. Similar suits have been filed by families in Alabama, Florida, Indiana, New Jersey, Texas, and Washington. One law firm representing the families have said. While all of that may be true about Roblox, and there may be steps that they can take to try to protect children in a better way, I don't know what that is, what sort of age verification system or app they can put in place to make it harder for you to lie about your age. But until that, people are just going to lie about their age. If somebody that's 10 or 15 wants to go into a chat room for 18 and over, all they have to do is check the box and they can go right into the chat room. If somebody that's 25 wants to go into a chat room that's supposed to be for 13 and under, all they have to do is check the box and say that's their age and they can go right in. So while I do agree that Roblox, and not only Roblox, Fortnite and all the other gaming apps, Call of Duty, all of them. All of these online games, because when I was a kid, we played Nintendo and it just plugged into the wall, and I couldn't play with Tim down the street. Well, Tim was still at home. Tim had to come over and physically be in the same room and play on the same system that I did. So we didn't have that problem as kids. Now kids, all the games are online. Heck, you don't even buy the game in a physical store anymore. You digitally download the game from whatever your account playing on PlayStation or whatever.
Although that is true, you can do both still.
Yeah, you can, but you don't have to anymore.
No,
yeah, because it's all online. It's all on the internet. And so then a lot of these games want to be interactive, want you to be able to chat and role play and play with other players in different areas. If you're playing Madden with somebody that lives in Chicago, you want to be able to talk crap to them. You just do.
Because the Bears suck.
Just saying. But if we're talking about kids playing games and the things that they should and shouldn't have access to, not only does that responsibility fall on the makers of these games, Roblox, Fortnite, and whatever, but the biggest responsibility falls on, and I'm sorry, you know where I'm going with this, is you, the parent. And I can say that because I am one. I am one of you. I have an 8-year-old daughter. She is not allowed to have a device. She does not have her own device. She does not have her own. I was having a conversation with the coworker of ours the other day who's got a 15-year-old boy or something like that, and they were a 14-year-old, and he was asking me, how do you handle this, JR? What do you do with the device and being connected? I said, well, she's 8, and that conversation isn't even going to start until she's at least maybe 14. And you got to convince me to even have the conversation at 14, much less convince me that you deserve a phone at 14. Just I don't see the need for it. I absolutely don't. I don't see a need for kids to have any devices at any time. I didn't have them, and I grew up perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. There's no reason that a kid is ever going to need a phone or anything. Oh, well, what if Timmy needs to call me? Well, where's Timmy at? Is Timmy at school? I'm pretty sure the school has your number. So I that's not an excuse. But Timmy's at their friend's house. Well, I, as a parent, should probably know Timmy's friend's parents. So Timmy's friend's parents probably have my number. So again, she doesn't need a phone there. So if she doesn't need it at school, she doesn't need it when she's at a friend's house. When does she need it? She doesn't. It's our job as parents to be the first line. You should not be relying on Roblox. You should not be relying on Fortnite or any other system to protect your child. Obviously, we can't even rely on CPS to protect our kids. It is up to us. That is our number one job as a parent. That is your number one responsibility and duty, is to protect your child. Protect your kids. Don't blame Roblox. What are you doing? Are you going through your kid's phone? I used to do backpack checks on my daughter's brothers. They'd show up from school and I'd be like, let me see your backpack. As soon as they walked in the door, they just look at me like, yeah, let me see your backpack. Don't go to your room. Don't go down. No, put the backpack on the floor. Thank you. I don't care if that upsets them, if that means now that you're not cool parent and I don't get to be, your friend. Well, guess what? I don't want to be your friend. And if you have a problem with me checking your device, if your kid has a problem with you checking their device, then there's something that they're hiding from you. That's with anything. If you have a reason to try to hide something or you're doing something wrong, yeah, you're going to try to hide something. You shouldn't have any problem turning over information if you've got nothing to hide. And so while it might be convenient for parents to go, oh, well, it's Roblox's fault. It's Fortnite's fault. I don't want to say it's your fault, but you might need to take a look in the mirror and just ask yourself, what are you doing to protect your child? Are you making sure that as you're handing them that device, you're putting the proper safeguards in place to protect them? And I know it's not that easy, JR. Oh, these kids these days, they have apps that can disguise things and hide apps and da 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 da. Well, be as smart as they are. Know the technology that they're using. Don't be intimidated by it just because we're older. No, you can't just leave your kid out there because there are bad people that will do bad things. So quit blaming Roblox, quit blaming Fortnite, quit blaming any other gaming system or anything else. Be more involved, be more active, be more engaged in your kid's life. But okay, see Roblox. Makes no darn sense to me.
Now, although I agree with you, you
Yes.
should not blame the video game nor the
Yes.
developer of said video game.
Well, they hold some responsibility,
Some.
but yeah, we can't blame them
No,
completely.
not at all. I do have a sidebar question for you, just
Okay.
because it made me pop into my
Uh-oh.
head when you were talking about this whole thing with the
Yeah.
cell phone and Lily getting a cell phone.
Right.
At what age do you feel it is appropriate for your daughter to go out and hang out with friends at a social location, not at one of their houses?
Oh, no. Is there no adult supervision?
No,
Then no, you're not going anywhere.
Right, so
Sorry.
she can't like go to the mall with
Nah.
her friends or
Heck
go to a
no.
movie or anything
You
like
don't
that
need
with
to
her
be at the
friends or
mall.
anything like that.
You don't need to be at the mall.
But what age would you say is
18.
appropriate for that?
18 when you move out of my house.
Golly. Strict on her.
When you move out of my house, when you're at your mom's.
Only reason I bring that up is I feel like that is a viable reason for her to have a cell phone. Is if she was at an age where you were okay and comfortable with her and her friends, like going to a movie and she needed to call you to get picked up, kind of a thing.
No, because it's what time does the movie start? Okay, it starts at 4:00. Okay, I'll drop you off at 3:45. And then you know what I do? I sit my happy ass in the parking lot until 6:00, 6:30. How long's that movie? Oh, 2.5 hours. So that means about 15 minutes of credits. I'll be here right at 7 to get you. Your butt better be right out front too. Don't talk to me about lines or anything like that for the bathroom. No, be here.
It's actually about 30 minutes of credits now, too.
You don't need to watch the credits. There ain't no reason to watch the credits. And then one of your friends' name's not going to pop up on the screen. Ain't no. Sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was thinking of the movie, the trailers.
The trailers at the beginning. Yeah. Well, you're going to miss half of those too.
What if it's a Marvel movie?
I don't care what it is. No. You're not.
You gotta wait till afterwards.
When you're 18, you can go watch all the movies you want to. You can hang out with your friends all you want to. Till then, you're in my house, is my rules. I didn't get to go out. You kidding me? My mom did not let me leave the house. And then if I did, where are you going? Where are you going to be? Who are you going to be with? Where's their parents? I need their number.
No, all that was me too. Don't get me wrong. I always got the spiel: who you're going to be with, where you're going to be, how, when you're coming home, all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
But that's why I'm saying, like,
Nope.
technically, wouldn't that be a suitable age?
Nope. I didn't have one. And I'm fine. I did just okay. I didn't have a cell phone until I was 18, 19 years old, and I had to pay for it myself.
That's fair.
I even had a beeper, and that I had to, just aged myself. I had a beeper. I had to pay for that myself too. Kidding me? Get no cell phone, especially maybe. First, you have to convince me at 14 just to even start the conversation, and that's not going to happen. Maybe we can begin to explore the conversation at 16. Maybe, if you're lucky.
Sophomore in high school.
Maybe. if you're lucky. And everything has got to be on point. I mean, straight A's. You better not be missing school. Everything better be clear across the board. Because if one thing drops off, gone, pulled right out. I'll pull all privileges. And she knows. At 8 years old, she already knows. Dad don't play. Dad plays. He's fun. He's the best dad we can have. And I've explained this to her. We can have all the fun in the world. All of it. But we got to get our done first. As long as we take care of what needs to get done and we're acting right, we'll have all the fun in the world. But you ain't going on Roblox. And you can disable the chats in there. Parents, why are you allowing your kids to talk to other kids on Roblox?
Why do they even need to?
They don't. What they need to do is go outside and ride bikes with their friends up and down the street. That's what they need to do. And then when they're about 14 or 15, they need to go into the neighborhood and toilet paper the neighbor's yard. That's what they need to do. Doorbell ditch.
There has been a slew of doorbell camera videos of kids doing that lately, getting caught, and it's fantastic.
It's great. You should.
It's a core childhood memory.
That's what you should be doing as a kid. Getting out and having fun. Don't sit on Roblox and Fortnite. If you're a parent and you're allowing your kids to do that all day long, you're failing as a parent. I'm sorry. You can get mad at me. jr@currentradio.com. Make your kid go play outside. And let's get to a break. We'll read some of your text messages and comments. 661-842-5376. 661-842-KERN. Parents want to sue Roblox for Roblox not raising their kids right. Seriously? Fortnite is screwing up my kid. No, you are. How about be a parent? Crazy. Let's give away some tickets. Let's do a you pick 'em. How about that? What caller do you want, Chris?
7.
Caller lucky number 7 to 661-842-5376. 661-842-KERN gets to pick either Brunch Fest tickets, you got to be 21 or over, or the Crossroads of the West Gun Show tickets. Caller number 7 right now. This is the JR Show. It's Kern Radio. We'll be right back.
News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN.
Friday edition Clay Travis Buck Sexton Show will break down the absolute latest, the ongoing battle surrounding Trump confirmations, and the tariffs are underway. What do we anticipate the impact being there? Plus, Trump may be traveling to meet with Vladimir Putin in person. What does that mean for the ongoing conflict with Ukraine? All that and more. Clay Travis Buck Sexton Show coming.
Live 9 to noon. News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN.
The Bear Mountain Sports Deer and Dove Extravaganza and store-wide summer clearance is on now. Shop Bear Mountain Sports for all of your hunting season needs. Firearms, ammo, clothing, calls. We've got it all. Major summer clearance store-wide with discounts up to 75% off merchandise throughout the store. Not a hunter? We've got plenty of items on sale for home and personal defense, plinking, or even camping. Of course, Bear Mountain Sports has all your favorite brands. Benelli, Beretta, Ruger, Glock, Springfield, HK, Smith & Wesson, and many more. Shop early for the best selection on firearms and waiting periods. Bear Mountain Sports is located on Wheat Patch Highway just south of the 58. Open Monday through Friday, 10 to
about you now.
I can just listen to some of these songs all the time. Ooh, it looks like a big bust is underway. What street is that? Farmers? Not sure where that's at. Thanks, Kern County Activities. There's a bust going on somewhere. We'll find out the details of that later. Who won our tickets, Chris, and what did they want? He doesn't need
Well, I was able to give away both pair of tickets.
check you out.
So we have
So-
Ray.
see,
that
Chris
took
is
the
so nice. You
Crossroads
guys, Chris
West
is-
Coast show. Oh, I'm sorry. Ray got the Brunch Fest tickets.
Okay, congratulations, Ray, on Brunch Fest.
And then Chris got the Crossroads of the West.
Chris, congratulations on the crosser. Chris is too nice. Burdick is too nice to y'all.
You said pick'ems.
I know. I said caller number 7 gets to pick them. I didn't know we had 2 caller number 7s. Man, you guys take advantage. You guys take advantage of Chris and his niceness. You guys need to. Man, I was.
Kill 2 birds.
All right. Any text messages before we get out of here, sir?
I have one.
What do you got?
When I was 16, I had a share at Nextel Brick Phone with my 3 sisters. That sucks.
I love it. I had the which one was it? The Nokia. It was like a rectangle, and then I just played Snake on it all day.
Oh, yeah,
that was my favorite game.
You run it over and it would never break.
It never break. It was perfect.
They also said prior to that, I had a pager, and when it went off, I had 5 minutes to call my mom, or it was a week.
Oh yeah. If you didn't get back to mom's, forget about it. Forget about it. Somebody dropped something in the chats when I was talking about how the CPS is going to say that they're understaffed and underfunded. Yeah. Do you know what the family of Miss Genesis, the young Genesis Mata, is going to end up doing, right? They're going to end up suing the county if they haven't already contacted a lawyer. Somebody in the YouTube chats dropped that one, and I said, yeah, you're probably absolutely right, actually. Didn't even think about that, but yeah. We need an investigation into CPS. Stay tuned for the Ralph Bailey Show next. Romeo Agbalog is going to be hosting. Get an update from Hard Rock. A couple of other guests. Stay tuned for that. Thank you for joining us. Return tomorrow at 2. It's the JR Show. I got to get out of here. Lily, Dad loves you.
This is AM 1180 KERN Green Acres. This is 96.1 FM Bakersfield. Online at KERNradio.com.
Breaking news this hour from Town Hall. I'm Keith Peters in Washington. Heroics at Fort Stewart, Georgia yesterday when Sergeant Cornelius Radford went on a shooting rampage, injuring 5 soldiers. Another soldier stepped in to stop the shooting. Sergeant Aaron Turner at Fort Stewart explains how he took down the armed assailant at the Army base.
He just pretty much